Hi everybody, I'm Thomas from Backscatter, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to set up your Atom Flash to use Smart Control TTL with your Olympus or OM system mirrorless camera. Smart Control TTL, also called SC mode, is one of our favorite features. It makes the Atom Flash incredibly easy to use by delivering accurate, automatic flash exposures with every shot. Join me and follow along as we go over strobe and camera settings needed so you can start using Smart Control TTL. Also, be sure to check out the other Atom Flash how-to videos in this playlist. And if you're a TG shooter or a Sony shooter, we have separate setup videos for those cameras linked below. So let's jump in and take a look at how to set up Smart Control TTL with the Backscatter Atom Flash. To get started, we'll need to set up both the Atom Flash and the camera. Let's start with the Atom Flash. To switch to Smart Control mode, press the Mode Enter button until the LCD screen shows either SC or SC Macro. SC mode is for wide angle and general photography, while SC Macro is used when you're shooting super close up, just inches from the lens. Out of the box, the Atom Flash is already configured for Olympus and OM system cameras, so you shouldn't need to change anything. You'll know if it's set correctly if the screen shows OM TTL in blue. If your flash reads OM TTL in blue, the strobe is all set to use TTL with your Olympus or OM system camera. However, if your Atom Flash reads Sony TTL in orange, you'll need to change it to OM using the menu. To do this, press the Mode Enter button until you reach Menu, then press Select. Once you're in the menu, scroll to SC using the Select button and press Mode Enter to open the SC settings. Now use Select to choose OM, then press Mode Enter to confirm. When you return to shooting mode, SC or SC Macro should now display OM TTL in blue. The Atom Flash will automatically remember the settings, so you only ever have to do this once. Alright, with the strobe ready to go, let's move on to the camera. To use Smart Control TTL with Olympus or OM system mirrorless cameras, there are two requirements. First, you will need an Olympus or OM system lens in order to take advantage of TTL. Some third-party lenses, such as Panasonic, may not fully support TTL communication. This applies to all TTL systems using these lenses. Second, you'll need an RC-compatible flash trigger. RC mode is Olympus and OM systems' native flash communication system. It allows the camera to send exposure information directly to the Atom Flash so it can automatically adjust flash output using Smart Control TTL. Some housings, such as the Backscatter Octo housing, have an RC trigger built in. Most other systems will use the Backscatter Smart Control TTL flash trigger. These triggers can fire the Atom Flash in either manual or Smart Control TTL modes. They're rechargeable and have a near universal fit, making them easy to integrate into most housings. Now, with your camera and flash trigger handy, press the menu button and locate RC mode in the menu. The exact location of the setting varies slightly between camera models, but the setup process is very similar across the board. On the EM10 Mark IV, RC mode is located on Shooting Menu, page 2. On the OM1 Mark II, it can be found on Shooting Menu 1, page 6. Turn RC mode on, then exit the menu and return to the main shooting screen. Now press the OK button to bring up the RC Quick menu. If the standard Quick menu appears instead of the RC one, press the Info button to cycle between it and the RC menu. Inside the RC menu, make sure Group A is set to TTL, and FP is set to Normal, which is the default setting. You should also confirm the camera is set to Channel 1. The Backscatter TTL trigger operates using Group A Channel 1 with other groups turned off. Once these settings are in place, you're ready to start shooting with Smart Control TTL. And if you ever want to stop using Smart Control TTL and switch back to manual flash, simply turn off RC mode and switch the strobe to manual mode. If you plan to switch between TTL and manual shooting frequently, you can add this setting to the favorites menu on many Olympus and OM system cameras for even faster access. Now that the camera and flash are ready to go, let's talk about how to use Smart Control TTL in the water. First, choose your Smart Control TTL mode based on what you're shooting. If you're shooting wide angle or general photography, use SC mode. If your subject is very close to the lens, you're using a close-up macro lens, or if you're shooting with the snoot, switch to SC macro mode. The Atom Flash will also alert you if the flash reaches maximum output, or if the minimum power is still too bright for the scene. If you hear this beep, check your image. If the photo is too dark, you can move closer to your subject, increase ISO, open your aperture, or combine all these adjustments to bring the strobe back into its usable range. The Atom Flash will even show you the power level it used in SC mode. This is a great way for new shooters to start learning how manual flash power works to up their lighting game. Smart Control TTL also works with the in-camera flash exposure compensation, allowing you to increase or decrease flash brightness without ever touching the strobe dial. Smart Control TTL is extremely accurate, so you won't need to adjust this for accuracy reasons. However, it can be very useful for creative control. Increasing flash compensation will produce a brighter, high-key look, while decreasing it will create a darker, moodier image. Flash compensation is found in the camera's menu or quick menu. You can then adjust brightness by shifting compensation towards the positive or the negative end of the meter. And that's everything you need to know about setting up your Atom Flash with an Olympus or OM system mirrorless camera using Smart Control TTL. Be sure to check out the rest of our Atom Flash video series where we cover additional features and shooting techniques. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, send us an email, or give us a call, and we'll be happy to help out. Remember, your purchases from Backscatter or any of our authorized dealers worldwide help us keep making more of these videos. We offer free lifetime tech support with every purchase, and we dive, shoot, and service everything that we sell. I'm Thomas from Backscatter, and I'll see you next time.